The atmosphere right now is so moody, so heavy. I'm literally just hanging out of my window, enjoying it. Look at this guy. Isn't he just the happiest little soul? I'm currently learning how to use the Affinity programs because I've left Adobe now because of their ever increasing prices, and it's looking pretty good. I like that I can open up most of my previous like Photoshop, Illustrator documents and it sort of just converts it. I'm still learning. I haven't used the InDesign equivalent yet, but I've downloaded it and I'm hoping to use it for my upcoming Little Bear and Me zine slash comic slash little book. Yet to decide exactly what I want to do with it, but yeah, this was a little design for my patrons for August, and he's got a little jar of fireflies and I wanted it to have a really cute little glow on his tummy and his chin, but he's all ready for spooky season. Are you ready? So I'm just in bed waiting for James to come in because we're going to watch another episode of Poldark together. But can we just, whilst I wait for him, can we just talk about this book? So my friend Sarah lent me this. This isn't my copy, but I'm going to have to buy my own copy because, wow, it's one of the best books I've ever read. And do you know what? I don't think I'd have ever put myself down as much of a fantasy reader, but this has converted me and I want to try more fantasy novels. So if you have any suggestions, I'm trying to get more into my books again and try and dedicate that time to, you know, me time, because I'm really bad for that. As most of you will probably know, I'm really bad for like dedicating me time. But Sarah made me read this and it's quite a chunky book, but I read it in about a month and I'm a slow reader. Please don't judge me. I can't get enough, and I went and got the second one before I'd even finished the first one. So this is a hardback and I'd quite like to get this one in a hardback as well, just so, you know, we're carrying on, because no doubt once I've finished this one I'll put my pre-order in for Onyx Storm, which is the third one. So if you've not read these, they're by Rebecca Yarros, and even if you don't have yourself down as a fantasy reader, These are wonderful. They're so gripping, so enticing. The characters so worth investing in, and yeah, I can't get enough. I haven't started this one yet because I'm currently waiting for some more information on a commission for a client, so I might have to dedicate most of my evenings to working. So I didn't want to start it and then like it interfere with my work discipline for the evenings. But I'm still waiting for the details to come through, and I still haven't started it yet because I'm like, do I start it? Do I hold off? But look at me just gently caressing my new book. It's just, oh, I can't, like, it's been one of the highlights of my year, honestly. That's how much I've loved it. I can't believe it, you guys, but I'm back on the limb sip. Can you believe? I cannot, but also at the same time, I really, really can. I'm having a massive asthma flare-up. I've actually got myself one of these covers from the Inhaler Tailor. This one's designed by Grumpy Nook. How cute. Just makes my asthmatic life that little bit more comfortable. But it's really cool, and you can attach it to your keys as well, because I'm forever just putting mine down and wondering where the hell it's gone. But this has been on my person for about a week now because my asthma's just been so bad. My chest, my throat, and just my breathing in general, not the best. Story of my life. Waiting for my, can you even see that? But that's my Apple Pencil charging up. And I'm in bed because I'm still not feeling 100%, and I'm re-watching the first half of Emily in Paris season 4 because they only went and chopped it in bloody half, didn't they, like they did with Bridgerton. It is out, I think, at the end of this week, like the second half, but I've just watched the trailer. I'm not going to spoil anything, but what is going on? But I'm re-watching it because I feel like I binged the first sort of half and I can't really remember what happened. So I'm having a little evening to myself in bed because I'm on my own tonight, and I'm gonna do some doodling ready for a project that I'm filming tomorrow. So you'll see that in a few seconds. But for me, I need to plan it out so that I can come back tomorrow fresh as a daisy and show you some new bits that I've been working on. Hello, so I'm back in the studio. Today is Tuesday. I'm still feeling a little bit ropey, but it's fine. I don't feel rough like I did. It sounds worse than it is. And if you've been here a long time, you'll know that if I ever get sick, it always goes to my throat. And here we are. But happy Tuesday. Behind me, I've got my Cricut Design Space software just loading up. And I thought today, well, for the rest of the video, we could have some fun with some new supplies that I've been sent from the lovely team over at HTVRONT. Now, a few months ago, I was sent their heat press machine. You can see it just here. I still haven't named it, and I feel like we should. I still feel like it needs a name, but I've got some vinyl to test, and I have been messing about because I didn't want to like come into the video totally clueless. I wanted, like, that would have been maybe a bit tedious for you, but I wanted to kind of get to grips with the vinyl and see how it worked and see what I needed to do. But last night while I was in bed, I came up with a couple of extra just silly handwritten designs for Halloween so we can make some spooky decor. And if they turn out okay and you like them, I can add them into my shop for this Friday's shop update launch. I've not really done much of a shop update system, I guess, this year at all. I think I've done 2 at the very, very maximum. I know I've done at least 1, but I mean, prior to this year I was doing shop updates like every month or 2, but this year I was like, no, I want to work on my portfolio, I want to work on other things and Kickstarter projects and stuff like that. So it has been nice to not have that pressure on me, but I am actually really buzzing for a shop update on Friday. So should we just get messing about? I'll show you what I've got, I'll show you what I've been sent. There's a huge variety here, and I hope just by seeing me muck about with them, it provides some insight into what you guys could also do with it. Pricing, stuff like that, easy to use, is it tricky, you know, all of that good stuff. So should we get into it? Right, if I pop you just there, One of the first things, I was able to choose like a selection of products, so I went and got another heat mat. This is basically, shall I open it up and show you? In fact, let me get my other one. So this is what I've ordered. You can, well, hopefully you've just seen how easy it is to attach. There's like some little nodes underneath the machine, and you just hook these elasticated little slips over the top and it holds it in place. It is double-sided, so this is the side that I'm using for my vinyl, and then this side is what I've already managed to bake to death with sublimating. Now I am getting rid of my sublimation printer because it's dead. It's absolutely just at the end of its life and I need to get a new one. So I'm hoping this shop update helps to fund a new printer. So if you'd like to see sublimation stuff, that's what I'm hoping. This is normal though, this happens, so I don't want you to think that this is like, is something wrong with any of the equipment. It happens, and that is why you can buy replacements. But basically I thought, whilst the offer's there to get some bits for the studio, I thought I'd just get a replacement so that it's ready for when this one gives up the ghost. And then speaking of like consumable type stuff that you'll just get through and use up, I got some of their heatproof tape because this is stuff that you will get through quickly, you know, due to using it on a regular basis if you're into your vinyl stuff and your sublimating stuff. So far I've not needed it with the vinyl because of the vinyl having like a slightly sticky adhesive on the back that holds it in place on the product that you're adhering to. I guess this is more for sublimating. I'm still like right at the start of my journey, but because I intend on going into sublimating a hell of a lot more, I thought these would be great just to have in my little stash. So I got those. I wish this cardigan had like a button or a zip because it's actually chilly at the minute, but I'm feeling the spooky vibes so much. That's why I was like, right, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into the spooks. Right, bear with. This is what we're here for. So, what did I get? This one here, I believe this is the glitter one. No, this is the glitter one. And I thought this would be perfect for spooky season. Even Christmas, it does come in a few different colours. But look at this. Isn't it just pretty? How amazing. I didn't even realise you could get materials like this. It's slightly shorter, so the other rolls are a little bit longer, as you can see. But to be honest, my projects aren't huge, and you can also, if you were doing a bigger project, you could cut these up and then place it onto your product, you know, position it a little bit more accurately because you're going to be cutting it out. And yeah, it's going to look fabulous. This colour is fabulous. So this is the black glitter vinyl. I'll keep that one out because we're going to be using it. I also got some matte black, just plain black. I figured that black would be the colour that I use the most. Can you imagine making a few t-shirts with these? Oh, just the possibilities. I was going to go for white, but I went for grey instead. So, as I say, I think black I'll use a lot of, but I thought it'd be good to test the grey out too. And then this box is for the fickle-minded. You know we're all the same. You know we all want to test out every colour going. Look at this. It's like a selection of all different colours, slightly smaller rolls, so the length of them, as in the width I guess, is still like, it's still long. I think it's the same size. Let's see. Yeah, so it seems to be the same width as the standard rolls. It's just obviously you don't get as much, so it's like a smaller sample sort of size. But with all of these colours, you get black, white, you even get this beautiful pink. There's some metallics in there. I actually took a fancy to the rose gold. There's silver in there. Where is that rose gold? Because it's beautiful. There's the rose gold. Look at that. Oh, just chef's kiss. Mwah. There's a lovely, lovely bluey turquoise. The gold is pretty. Just there's lots and lots of colours to choose from. So I actually got this pack. I know I might not use these colours in my shop as much, but I was thinking, you know, when the day comes where it's World Book Day, or my son needs a Halloween costume or something like that making, and we've just got We've got all the colours. Look at this green. Oh yes, there's like that green. And then there's this green. Is there any more green? No more green, but at least you get 2 different shades. Well, that's like a mustard. That's lovely. It's one of my favourites actually. I know I've just totally forgotten to share the prices of everything, but when I go back and edit this video, I'll put a little overlay over the top of the price of each of these. So I'll put the price over the top when you watch this video. Obviously, just for disclosure, these were gifted to me, so I didn't pay for them, but thank you so much to HTVRONT for gifting them, sending them over so that I could share them with you guys and have some fun. So I'm going to test out a few things today. I've actually got some ceramic hearts that I've got a little quote, and I'm going to celebrate the next Beetlejuice movie with a little quote to go on here. So I thought I'd test it, hopefully it fits. I was just winging it last night on my iPad. And then I've also got some coasters, so I don't really know what to do with these yet. I think I might save most of these for sublimating, but what I've done for August Happy Mail is these are ready to go to my patrons, so they've each got a coaster with their name on. How cute are these? So I'm hoping that these, like, obviously I've never put vinyl on coasters before, so I don't know how much they'll withstand, but hopefully my patrons can be my little guinea pigs. And yeah, I've made these for you all, so I hope you like them. God, I feel like I sound like an old man that's smoked 50 a day for the past 70 years. And then I've got these banners, these little pennant flags. So I've only got 3 left. Excuse me. Please don't tell me I'm losing my voice. I've got 3 left. I've got some smaller ones, but I've used them, and I'll show you what I've done with those in a second. But shall we get cutting? Shall we transfer our designs over to Cricut? And we'll see what we can make. Right, so obviously, as I've said, I'm using Cricut for this project, so it is compatible with the HTVRONT vinyl. These aren't from HTVRONT, these are from a different supplier. And what I'm going to do is measure in probably inches how wide this thing is, and then from that try and eyeball this design, which I'm going to try and fit onto the heart. So shall we see what we can do? I'm going to try and rescale it and then send it to the Cricut machine. So I'm selecting a 12 by 12 inch mat because that's what I'm using, and I've rescaled it all the way down. And what you're going to want to do now is mirror it, because it's going to cut backwards so that you can then transfer it so that it's the right side. So it mirrors it for you with this little toggle just here. Then I just need to wait for it to talk to my machine here. So Bluetooth, it's going to pick up in a minute, hopefully, unless it's backing out on me. So mine is set to paper from making stickers. So you're just going to want to take it round to the middle of vinyl, and I have found this setting to be perfect. So I don't know if you could, like, you know, do more pressure or less pressure, but the standard vinyl one seems to work really well with HTVRONT vinyls. And then, because I've not done this size before, I'm just going to do one. Obviously you could do multiples on one sheet of vinyl, and then you've done the whole job on one sheet to save time. I've got these offcuts though, and I think it's a great idea that you save them, because for itty bitty projects like this one, I think it's a no-brainer. So that's going to fit. This little offcut here is going to fit on my little heart design, so I'm going to pop it on. You want to also put this on backwards, so I'm going to put it with that bit down and this bit is at the top. So I'm going to place it onto my mat now. For this, you don't need your heat-proof tape. I just use standard brown tape. You could use washi tape, whatever's going to hold it in place. Obviously, these cutting mats are renowned for losing their stick pretty quickly, and you can get obviously different strength stick, and you can get one specially made for vinyl, but whatever you get, the stick will never last. Like, you're going to run out of stick eventually because it's just the nature of it. So I always use some tape just to secure it in place. Depending on the size, you might want to, you know, put some in the corners, but because this is so diddy, I've just put 1, 2, 3, 4, and now I'm going to send it through my machine and hope that I've just eyeballed this, but hopefully that tiny little offcut will suit us and we can use it up. Let's send it through. And now we're going to go in here and take out this tool. This is a weeding tool. Now just to let you know, this box here did come with a weeding tool, but I've given it to my husband for his miniature model and sculpting endeavours because I thought it would be really useful. It literally looks like something the dentist might use, you know, to like pick at, but it's such a satisfying tool and really, really useful. I actually cleaned it the other day, sterilised it and used it within my cake decorating for a friend's birthday cake. I'll insert a picture over the top so you can see the bag end cake that I made for my friend. Worst cake I've ever made, but also hilarious. But yeah, this is a weeding tool and you don't need to buy one. If you're buying this, one will come inside. And let's start weeding. So what I do is lift up the glitter one. Seems to be a little bit trickier because it's thicker. I've noticed it's thicker than the others. But if you peel a bit up by hooking one of the bits that isn't, you know, the bits that's just plain, you can then usually just peel it all away. Just be super careful, make sure everything's there. If it's not, you can use your tool to just kind of hold it down like this. I've done that a couple of times. Might be with the more intricate areas. Just peel that off. Peel, peel, peel. And now you can see that you've got all of your little spaces in here that you need to use this tool to just grab and pick them out like that. So depending on your design, you might be there for a little while. I've seen people make this look really easy. So if I'm making it look difficult, I apologise. There's probably a knack to it, but you know, we all start somewhere with our learning and crafting journeys. There you go. So now let's just zoom you out a bit. Here's my design. You can see the glitter. Isn't it cute? And here's where we hope that we've scaled it properly so that it fits. And as you can see, I haven't scaled it properly. It needs to be a little bit smaller. It needs to be a touch smaller, but I can put this on a coaster. Should we do it? Just as a plain and simple coaster. So I need to make a note that I need to make that a bit smaller. But yeah, as you can see, it kind of sticks pretty well by itself. And because of it's obviously see-through, you can then really visualise where it's going to sit. And if it doesn't sit properly, you can just peel it off again and just reposition it. You just have to be really careful that nothing gets left behind. But look at that, that's going to be a coaster. And what I'm going to do is just add an array of like random products to the shop. So if you like the coaster, it will be in the shop. Should we go back to the drawing board, make it a smidge smaller and pop it on one of these? Luckily, I have more offcuts to use up, so it's fine. We can actually reuse this tape as well. How considerate, how very mindful, how very demure. Hopefully we'll get it right this time. Should we weed again and hope for the best? See that bit there, just flicks up a little? You can use your tool just to pop it back in its place. There we go, lovely. And then just flick out the little bits that you don't want. Oh my god, this is going to be so cute. There you go. So now this bad boy needs turning on, and it should, yeah, it's already going to be preset because I've been pressing with vinyl over the last couple of days, just have some practice. So it's just going to heat up now and it will give me a little shout when it's done. This will turn green and then we can pop our products into the press and see what happens. Right, so it says it's ready. So I'm not going to do them together because this is an automatic heat press and it does a specific, like it does its own pressure, and obviously these might not be the same height, like depth, so I don't want, you know, one to be higher than the other and it impacts the pressing of the other product. But it's only in there for 20 seconds, so that's fine. So should we pop it in, press go, and as you can see it clamps down and it will be done in 20 seconds. Also, just before anybody freaks out, I know my little printer is sitting on top of here. It's because of how rarely I've been using this. This bit does not get hot in the slightest, but I'm aware it's not the most practical place for it to live and it's going to move. So that's done. I'm not going to pick it up though because I need my gloves on, so bear with me. So I'll take this one off, put this one in Put the Teflon sheet back over, pop it in, press go. Now the annoying thing is you have to wait for it to cool down before you peel it off, otherwise, from my experience, the vinyl can sometimes come off, so it's almost like it needs to set a little bit. But these gloves are a must when you're handling anything heat press related. I can't feel anything through these, and yeah, they just keep you extra safe. Oh, it's done already. You don't want any burns on your fingers. I'm hoping I've got some black ribbon or something that I can just make spooky little ornaments with these. Can you imagine? Right, my heat press does have a safety function and it turns off after about 10 minutes of no usage, but I'm going to turn it off now anyway, because I'm not going to be using it now for a good few minutes, and then it might run into lunchtime, and then after lunch I can come back and do the penance. So I don't want to burn my house down, not that it would, because this has got a safety feature built in, but I just don't want to waste power and electricity and make my room super hot. How flipping cute. I'm going to go get some lunch and then I'm going to do the penance. I'm well excited. Hello, I'm back. I've had some lunch and I've just cut out this design. As you can see, it's much bigger. This one is going to be for a pennant banner. So I'm really hoping I've done it the right size. I've been there with my tape measure, like measuring the width and then the depth of it, like the length, but then obviously there's this point at the bottom, so I've just been trying to eyeball it and make sure that I've got it right. So this one's going to take a bit of weeding, so let's put some cute music over the top, just so I'm not waffling to you and boring your brains out, and I'll be back ready to press it in just a few seconds. I'm obsessed. Shall we put it in the press? This is the one I'm the most excited for. Oh, it's gone all dark in here. I'm hoping it's not too dark on camera. I keep wondering whether I should get one of those little like microphones so you can hear me when I move away. But then I'm like, is that too professional for a little unprofessional channel like my own? I know, I'm here. You see, that was the machine. Like, I was weeding for a bit there and the machine's like, oi, turn me off. It is appreciated more than you know. Right, so should we pop it in? Right, I don't know about you lot, but I can't cope with this. I'm going to put one in my studio all year round. It's cute but spooky all at the same time. So this was like the main event. This was the thing that I was really hoping would work, and then everything else in between was just going to be, you know, experimenting, getting used to it, seeing how it all worked, and I have to say this is my favourite. Welcome, foolish mortals. I am so pleased with that. I'll show you what else I've made. So I mentioned that I've been mucking around. So the other big ones I've done are, this is my other second favourite, Magic Grows Here. I love this one to bits, and I have done some little mini ones which I think they actually work a little bit better as the mini ones. Just, I love the mini cute and dinky size. I think they're adorable. So I've got a few of those ready to go. I don't know where the fourth one is. And then there's this one, which was like a one-off mucking about thing. When the crib does creak and the tub does creak. Boo, 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 boo. So these will be great if you want a bit of spooky Halloween decor, but you don't like, you know, I love Halloween decor, but you know, sometimes you see just a little bit of, well, I don't like the shiny, plasticky, like foily crap that you see in the shops. I feel like this is a bit more subtle, but it's also feeding you in a spooky vibe. So yeah, it is a little bit glittery, so you've got a bit of glam there. It's ever so subtle. Can you see that? I'll flip you around so you can have a little look-see. move it if you, oh look at that, it's just a tiny touch. And I've just doodled this on Procreate with the mirror tool so that it was nice and symmetrical. I've never really drawn borders like this before, so I didn't really, you know, you can keep going, can't you? But I wanted to keep it kind of pretty and intricate, but also not too busy. Nothing that's going to completely make it a nightmare to, you know, weed out all of the little bits and pieces. But yeah, let me know what you think, and these will be available in my shop for Friday at 8 PM British summertime. So I'm actually going to leave this video here. I have an hour left of my day now before I need to go and get my son from nursery. So I'm going to do some tidying up. I'll be back in here tonight, hopefully, if he goes to sleep nice and smoothly, and then I can work a bit more on other elements of my shop, like my orders and bits and pieces, editing videos, that kind of thing. But thank you once again to HTVRONT for gifting me these supplies. I'm going to have so much fun mucking about with them, testing, making some one-off pieces for my shop. There is also going to be this little one available. This is a sublimated one, and there's only one, so if you'd like this little bunny, he'll be on a special offer price just whilst I am saving up for a sublimation printer. All of your orders from Friday will be going towards a new sublimation printer, and yeah, I just hope that we can get back into that in time for Christmas. But because my printer has now gone to the printer hell, printer gods, printer, wherever printers go when they die, I can't make any more of these just yet, so there's just one of my little allotment bunny. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, sticking around. I hope you all had a lovely summer. I know it's been a while since I've spoken to you properly, but I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll be back much sooner now that my son is back at nursery.